guys, the EnglishSimmer here, and welcome to a tutorial. This is an update of a video that I did absolutely years ago now, and whenever I post about this on Twitter, everyone's like, how do I do this? I didn't know that this was a thing. Oh my word, this is going to change my life. Can you please tell me how to do it? So that's what I'm doing today, because there's been some interesting updates to the one and only Elgato Stream Deck over the years, which definitely helps us Sims players. Just as a disclaimer, I am sponsored by Elgato. They do gift me a lot of my items. I have a paid sponsorship that is an ongoing thing with them because I legit, hands down, use their products every single day as a content creator. They didn't approach me to do this video. They didn't ask me to do this video. I just wanted to do this video because you all really, really love when I post about it, and I want to be helpful. And I don't want to be a gaslight girl boss gatekeep kind of gal, so I'm sharing it with the world. This is how you use your Elgato Stream Deck for The Sims cheats. You can do this with The Sims 2, The Sims 3, The Sims 4, probably with The Sims 1. I am going to be focusing on 4 because that's the one I play the most. However, I've definitely tested this with 3 and it definitely works. So you can use the same thing for other Sims games. So this is my current one that I've been using for years. However, I realized that I could actually use multi-actions to make my life a lot easier. Originally, what I would have to do is actually hit my cheat bar, and then that would bring up the cheat bar that we all know and love. Then I'd have to click testing cheats on, and that would enable my cheats. And then, for example, if I wanted to use motherload, I could hit motherload. It would add 50k onto my Sims money as motherload does, and then I'd have to close the cheat bar once again. But you don't need to go through all those extra steps now with multi-actions. So the very first thing you're gonna want to do, obviously I already have a profile. However, if you don't, you hit new profile, and that's going to open this up. You can actually right click on this. You can hit the little delete sign. Get rid of the welcome. Thank you, Elgato. It was very, very nice of you to do, but I don't actually need that right now. After you've deleted that, you're going to want to come to the settings, and you're going to want to click on your profile tab. It will probably default open in general. Go to profiles. You're going to rename this. So right click on it. I'm just going to call this Sims 4 because that's the game that I'm personally going to be using it for. And then once you've actually named it, you're going to have to hook it up to the Sims 4. You're going to have this as an application. So what you need to do is select other, and then you're going to need to find the Sims 4 64-bit. It's the .exe file. It's usually in your local disk program files, then Origin Games, the Sims 4 game, and then bin, and then TS4 64, or just ts4.exe. You can also just search ts4 space.exe, hit enter, and that should hopefully lead you straight to it. Mine's just taking a while. She's on a little bit of a break. You know, she's had a very hard few days in the heat wave. And once you have your Sims 4 exe selected, select open. Mine says there are multiple profiles using the application. Obviously, if this is your first time setting it up, you won't have this. And like I said, you can do it my old-fashioned way. I will leave that video down below if you do want to set it up the way that I initially had it, if you don't want to use multi-action. So we are going to select multi-action. We're going to drag it on over to our top bar over here. And with multi-action, it actually eradicates the need for you to have a separate cheat bar and then close it every single time that you want to use a cheat. It basically just gets rid of a few extra clicks for you. So let's say, for example, I wanted this multi-action to be testing cheats. So you're gonna want to first add a hotkey. You just drag that over and it says system hotkey. This is gonna be open cheat bar. So that's what we're gonna call it. The hotkey that we want to assign is Control Shift C, as those are the buttons that we press to open the cheat bar in The Sims 4. And what this is gonna do is this is gonna open your bar for you. Then you're gonna actually wanna drag and drop over text. Both hotkey and text are under the system tab on your Stream Deck software. This is actually gonna be called testing cheats and then on, because that's the input that we're gonna have. We're gonna once again add that because that's the cheat that we need. So this is the text that is actually going to be inputted into your cheat bar. So make sure you have this one like typed out correctly. If you don't type your cheats out correctly, they're obviously not going to work. Hitting enter in The Sims is what actually makes that cheat happen. So make sure that this is definitely ticked for all of your text cheats that you have set up. And then lastly, you're going to get another hotkey and drag it over. You're going to want to call this close cheat bar or whatever you want to title it. I just call it that so I know what the steps are, and then Control-Shift-C once again. And there we go, that cheat is now done. This means this sequence is basically telling my Sims 4 game, hey, I want you to open the cheat bar, then I want you to input testing cheats on, which is obviously the cheat that we need, and then I also want you to close that cheat bar, all in the same one click of that button. And then what I can do is hit testing cheats, and you can watch my game, you can watch my finger presses, you can go back and you can watch them both happen at the same time. But we're gonna do that, and there you go. It opened the hotbar, it turned on testing cheats. And just to prove that it did actually work, I can shift click on a sim and I can basically get all the testing cheats that are on. I can shift click on this and I can alter all of the needs. I wouldn't be able to do that if testing cheats on hadn't worked. I'll do it again with motherload. So drag your multi-action over. This is gonna be motherload. I'm gonna grab a hotkey. This is gonna be open, Control-Shift-C. Then I wanna drag a text folder over. We'll call this one money, and then the text obviously that we need to input is motherload. I'm gonna press enter after message and then grab another hotkey. This is gonna be close, and then the assignment is Control-Shift-C once again. Back into The Sims 4, I have my motherload set up on my Stream Deck, so I can hit that and it entered 50,000. It opened my cheat bar and then it closed it. And literally, what did that take me? That took me about 10 seconds to set up. Once you know how to do it, it is the easiest thing in the world. You can do this for so many cheats. You could do this for career promotions. You can do it for move objects on. My favorite cheat to do it on is the EnglishSimmer one, because that's such a long cheat to type out consistently. You can also design this however way you want to. All you have to do is click on the multi-action, right click on the icon, and then you can actually set this from a file. So I actually, years ago now, downloaded some Sims 4 icons. I will leave a link to these down below, but let's say I wanted the testing cheats on to be a key. That will then show up on my Stream Deck. You can also change the font, so you can make it smaller if you want to. You can decide to underline it. You can change the color. However, I do just like keeping it white. I also like it to say what the cheat actually is, so that I know that when I hit this particular button, it's going to turn on testing cheats. You can also create folders. So for example, if you did want to create all of the promotion cheats in your game, you can create a folder, and then here you can once again just add the multi-actions that we did for all of the promotes, anything like that. It's gonna save you time. I actually really want to set that up. I just haven't got around to it yet. Just to show you how I originally had my Stream Deck set up. So I had my cheat bar set up as a hotkey, just like we did in the multi-actions. All you have to do is drag a hotkey over to a button, and that will add a new hotkey, and you can click to assign it as always. But then all of my other cheat inputs were actually just text. I still had press enter after message selected so that I didn't have to do it, and it was just taking an extra click away from me. For example, testing cheats is just testing cheats on, motherload just motherload, reset sim is reset sim, move objects on is bb.moveObjects space on, bb.show hidden objects, bb.enable free build, bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement, free real estate on, and cas.full edit mode. The only problem I have found, and I actually just discovered this right now whilst I was recording, with the multi-actions, you can't actually like use the cheat as fast as you are able to do without it being in a multi-action. So this is how long it takes to input the motherload when it's actually in a multi-action. Obviously, because the Stream Deck is like working a little bit in overtime, it's trying to open and close that bar as quickly as possible. However, if I use my initial setup of just opening the cheat bar and then just hitting enter after motherload and it not being in a multi-action, I can actually spam this a lot faster. So it's basically just whatever works for you as a Sims player. You could do a mix of all of these things. Maybe for cheats, for example, like move objects on, that you only really need to turn on like once and you don't need to like spam click all of the time. Have that set to a multi-action so that you don't consistently have to bring up the cheat bar, but maybe keep motherload as its own separate text input, and also have your cheat bar on your Elgato Stream Deck as well. But I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about this, please do not hesitate to ask. This works on any model of Stream Deck. I'm using the Mark II, but years and years ago now, my mum bought me the original Stream Deck and it worked on that. It will also work on the XL. I got this original idea from the one and only Jen over at Urban Sims, who unfortunately is having so many issues with her original channel right now. She's actually started a second channel, which I will link both of her channels because hopefully she'll be able to get back into her main channel soon, but I'm going to link both of them down below. Big thank you to Jen for the inspiration on this all those years ago. And also big thank you to Elgato for being a sponsor of my channel and also just like supporting me as a creator. It means the world to me that I get to work with a company that I've adored their products for so long. Like I said, they didn't specifically reach out and ask me to make this video. This was basically for you lot, but I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this video, and I will speak to you all in my next one. Bye now.